Time to get some always much needed common sense on student loans to make sure you're getting a good deal. Craig Bolanos, the CEO of Wealth Management Group, is here to help. Craig, this is perfect timing. The U.S. Department of Education just revealed the new interest rates on federal student loans. It edged up. Why is this happening?
Well, Angela, college, which was already expensive, just got so much more expensive. Here's specifically what changed. Those federal direct student loans, they've gone from 5.5% to 6.5%. Graduate loans were already at 7%, they're moving to 8%. But the elephant in the room, the way so many people help their sons or daughters get to college, is the direct Parent Plus loan, and the interest rate just went from 8.05 to 9.08. 9.08 is certainly not cheap. And a lot of people want to know why rates are going up. It's not something subjective, it's very objective. Every May, the U.S. government looks at the rates on 10-year government bonds, and then they take that rate plus a spread on top, and that's what sets the rate for borrowing for the upcoming season. And no one complained when the rates were under 3 or the rates were under 5, but because of the fight against inflation, all of the rate hikes that have occurred now over the last 2 years, the cost to borrow for college just got a whole lot more expensive. And when the cost to borrow gets more expensive, that means the cost for everybody in the ecosystem becomes that much more challenging.
What's your best advice to parents and students to make sure that college education is as affordable as possible?
Angela, I'm so glad that you asked. While there's nothing anyone's going to do to change the interest rate on student loans, whether they're direct to the student, graduate, or direct to the parent, I think everybody should have a new heightened sense of awareness. That's why we're talking about it, and just how expensive it can be to borrow for college now, especially, again, those Parent Plus loan rates going off at more than 9% interest. That's the highest interest rate we've seen in more than 2 decades. So when I think about what people should do, Angela, it's really this. Everybody should just make sure that there is value in the education that they're going to be buying. That means being very measured, very selective, very intentional on the schools. That means making sure we're taking advantage of all forms of financial aid that are available to us, applying for every single scholarship, and above all else, committing to go to school and finish school on time. Because sometimes hanging around for an extra semester, an extra year, boy, that is a whole lot of extra money. I think the other unspoken thing now is this. Back when federal loans had such a cheap interest rate, no one was borrowing in the private market. But now that federal loans are at a much higher embedded interest rate, I think a lot of people are going to look at borrowing through 2 lenses, private versus federal direct. So if you need help, we can do that. If you need some planning and some guidance, we can provide that too. I'm Craig Bolanos, the CEO and founder of Wealth Management Group. We help people solve for college in the same way we help them get retired and stay retired. Check us out on the web, investwithwmg.com.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.